Feet hip width apart, toes straight ahead. Sitting bones toward the floor, keeping your hips nice and open, shoulders back and down. And just reach your head toward the ceiling so your spine gets that good stretch open so that we don't start shrinking like old ladies. And then just let your belly breathe. So ribs in and up, getting the core active but not tight. And just allow that full capacity of your lungs to keep working, breathing in energy and awareness, exhaling stress and toxins. And then we'll do our warm-up. So inhale, arms out to shoulder level at sides. Exhale, hands to your heart, elbows back. Stretch forward, keep your shoulders down. And then exhale, your hands behind, clasping your fingers. And press them down as you lift your heart and push your head back. Exhale, pivot at your hips coming over. And just deepen into that pivot as deeply as you like. So lower back starts stretching out as you come down. Hands come up toward your head for your shoulders. And just breathe. Think about lengthening through the back of your legs, lifting your sitting bones to get those hamstrings stretching. And then knees bent, chin in. Slowly work your way back to the top. And again, heart high, hands toward the floor, and head back as you open through the whole spine, especially through the heart. And then inhale up and release, and just start feeling that circulation moving through you. And again, arms out at shoulder level, hands to your heart. Stretch to the front, shoulders staying down. Exhale, clasping the opposite finger on the outside. And lift your heart again. Stretch through the whole spine. Exhale, pivot over. And again, just hang, letting that lower back get a good stretch through it. Take a few breaths here. And again, chin in as you work your way up. And then finally looking toward the ceiling and lifting your heart. So nice upper body back bends and spine stretches. And then again, inhaling, come upright, exhale back into mountain pose. And we'll do our side stretch. So arms out again to shoulder level, palms toward the ceiling, hands right above your shoulders. And then hands pass each other and turn around to clasp. Arms back by your ears, sitting bones down, ribs in and up, shoulders down. And stay facing to the front so those ribs get a good stretch. So push the foot you're leaning away from down, reach out through your head and your hands. And then again, keeping your shoulders down, come back up and switch the other hand in front. Once more, arms back by your ears, and stretch your spine long, lean into that lateral motion and give a good stretch through those other ribs. So foot down, hands and head reaching away, getting a good lengthening along that whole side, no twisting. And inhale, coming back up and release. So again, just feel the sides a little bit more open. And we'll do our twist. So remember, base of the skull, base of the spine, stretch apart. Arms out, palms toward the ceiling, right above your shoulders. Clasp your elbows. And again, arms back by your ears. Stretch, lengthening your spine, opening it. And exhale to one side for your twist. Knees can be bent a little bit. Keep the weight on both feet evenly. Stretch up. And then as you exhale, come on over in the twist. So just notice that this is a little bit different. See how much you can keep those feet evenly sinking down. And again, keeping your arms near your ears, work your way up in the twist. And remember, no pressure in that lower back as you lift your heart and look up. So nice upper body back bend, not in the lower back. And then inhale upright, exhale around to the center, and switch the other arm in front. And again, lengthen the spine, stretch and breathe, and exhale, twisting the other way. Another breath in, and as you exhale, come on over on this side. And again, see if you can keep the weight even into both feet. Relax through the shoulders, through the spine, lift the sitting bones. And when you're ready, inhaling, stay in the twist on your way up. And again, heart high to the ceiling, elbows back, and shoulders and shoulder blades down. Remember, no pressure in that lower back while you're twisted. Keep breathing the heart up. And then inhale to the top, exhale around to the center, arms up. Oh, let's bring them to shoulder level and pivot at your hips. So just chest and chin lead, and then tuck the chin back in, get everything flat. So back flat, parallel to the floor if you can, arms, elbows straight, reaching out, spread your fingers, and then just drop into ragdoll and hang. Tuck in your chin, let your arms relax. Again, lift the sitting bones up the back of the legs, get a good stretch if that's feeling right for you. And another roll up, so ribs come up, sitting bones down, keeping the chin in as you come all the way up, shoulders back and down, and we're back in mountain pose. So just take a moment, feel your spine. Remember, it's that inner focus that makes this yoga. So go ahead and notice how your body responds as we stimulate that circulation. So we're going to keep the base of the skull and base of the spine apart for our swinging twist. So just kind of windmilling back and forth, following your hands to each side, letting that whole spine stretch open so the crown is really reaching up toward the ceiling, getting that whole spine open so we can twist. As it warms up more and more, you can go further looking behind you as you reach each end of that circuit. Only as far as you want to go. And of course, not too fast, we don't want to be dizzy, just getting that spine working. And then back to the center, and for our shoulders, the back stroke, bringing your arm in close to your ear, and all the way around and back. So notice your whole body. Again, it's rotating around all the way down into your feet, letting that whole spine work with you. And then bringing both arms up, come up on one side, and the opposite heel comes up. So you're on the toe, the foot you're stretching from is flat. And then exhale that side down, inhale the other one up. Just really feel those ribs open, that whole side lengthen. Exhale it down, inhale again on the first side. Exhale and release. Inhale and stretch. And then both feet down, both arms up, shoulders still down toward your waist. Reach up. And again, pivoting at your hips, come forward. Keep your arms near your ears and see if you can get parallel to the floor with everything in your upper body. Stretch it out. And then again, just drop into ragdoll and hang. So sitting bones going up, straighten your leg, kind of kneecaps toward your thighs, tightening the front of your thighs so those hamstrings get a good stretch. And then one more time, we'll do that winding up. Just see if you can feel the bones going into place as you return to mountain pose. So take a moment there, just letting everything realign. And then we're going to step the feet together for our lower body. So knees bending toward your toes. Remember, not beyond, don't overwork your knees. Hands above your knees just to position. And then just nice circles, bringing your knees all around, working your ankles and feet as well. Because remember, we need those ankles to be in good shape so we don't fall down and injure ourselves. And then stop and circle the other way. So just a little bit of motion through that whole lower body, feeling your feet, your ankles, knees, hips, lower back a little bit as well. And then stop in the middle, keep the knees a little bent, look in front of you either on the floor or eye level, and then just come up onto the base of your toes. So spread out your toes themselves and keep that base of the toes as the focus as you lift your heels, finding your balance there. And then working the bottoms of your feet, roll back onto your heels and up onto your toes a few times. And then coming back up and feet again hip width apart. So back in mountain pose, we're going to keep working that lower body particularly. So either cross at the elbows and clasp, or bring your hands up between your shoulder blades and reverse prayer. And then knees bent toward your toes, not beyond, and circle around with your hips. So just keep those shoulders even. So your feet and your shoulders stay where they are, and that middle part of your body does most of the work. And then stop and go the other way, getting a nice circuit going. Working that lower body, lower back. And then again, returning back to mountain pose. Just take a moment, feeling the circulation, especially through that pelvis and sacrum area. And we'll do our balance practice. Pick your favorite balance foot so that you can educate the more challenging side from what it does the first time. So pick up your toes, get the base of the toes really connected because that really gives you the good contact. Spread your toes out, but don't grip them or you lose that base of support. Get the whole bottom of your foot connected. Make sure your ankle, knee, hip, and shoulder are lined up. Remember, a little inner rotation at the top of the thigh helps to align those bones so they give you good, sturdy support. Sitting bones down, pelvis open, core active. So bottom ribs toward your spine and then up toward your heart so that you get that core supporting your spine. Spread your toes, crown reaching to the ceiling, and then when you're ready, that other foot can come up as high as you want. And again, a little inner rotation so that foot doesn't cross over the other leg. You can hold it in if you want. And then work your ankle in some circles. Because again, we want those ankles to stay flexible and fully functional. And don't forget to flex and point a few times as well. And then bring that foot down, switch to the other side. So whatever worked, do it again. Whatever didn't, improve it. So again, base of the toes connected, toes spreading, not gripping, everything lined up with that nice bone structure supporting you. Sitting bones are down, pelvis open, core active, shoulders back and down, crown reaching up. And again, when you're ready, that other leg can come up as high as it feels right. And again, you keep it close to the floor. It doesn't really matter. We just want high enough so that you can work your ankle around in those circles. Take a breath, flex and point, and release. And again, back in mountain pose, just take a moment to notice all that circulation through the feet and ankles. And notice your breath. So we're going to work arms and shoulders next. Arms out, spread the fingers, turn the palms up, and make some circles. So big circles, you're reaching the head up, sitting bones down, the fingertips reaching out and spreading through the fingers. Keeping the whole palm nice and open, and then make the circle smaller. Keep your arms shoulder level as much as you can. And then stop and turn your palms down, spread the fingers more, and circle the other way. So again, just rotating those fingertips out and head up as those arms make their circuits. And then again, smaller circles. And then stop spreading your fingers. Keep your hips right where they are and just get that side stretch opening, reaching one arm way out to the side and then back to the center and go the other way. So again, that oblique opening, stretching through the ribs. And back to the center and stretch and release. So feel the circulation across your shoulders through your upper body. Let's do a little pelvic tilt. So feet angled slightly out, knees bent again toward your toes, not beyond. Your knees and shoulders are going to stay about where they are. So hands above the knees, just positioning, not supporting. And then we're going to go into a back bend. So push your chest forward and your sitting bones back, looking forward or up toward the ceiling. Whole body going into a nice back bend. And then sitting bones tucked down and forward, ribs back, tucking your chin, a nice forward bend C shape so you're bending through the whole spine forward. And just go through that range of motion a few times, pushing back, opening the heart into the back bend, and exhaling into the forward bend, getting that belly sucked in a little bit more as you go into the forward bend. So a few times your breath pace, your range of motion, just feeling your spine working, noticing how your body goes in the lower back, as well as the middle back, and the upper neck and shoulder heart area as well. Everything getting a little bit of circulation. And then the next time you're forward, just pause and come up and back into mountain pose. So feel a little more circulation through that whole upper body, especially through the spine. Take a moment and breathe. And then step wide. We'll do one more twist. Thumbs into the hip crease, that indentation at the top of your thigh. Chest and chin lead come parallel to the floor, as far as your body will go anyway. And stretch. So if you got books or blocks, you can put your hands on those or the floor if you can reach the floor, or just keep your hands on your shins. Sitting bones go back, chest coming a little bit down, crown reaching forward. So again, we're going to do a twist. So stretch your spine apart. And then one hand stays down, other hand out to the side, look at it. Keep that palm open to the side as you bring that arm up, looking at it all the way. So your whole upper body twists. So keep the hips going back, crown forward, and that whole body, hips, ribs, and shoulder turning as you look up, not just your neck. Take a breath, stretch, and then exhaling, follow it back down, and hand to the floor or your leg. Again, stretch and straighten everything out, getting ready for that opposite direction. And the other hand stays down, hand out to the side, palm open, and again, follow it up toward the ceiling. Stretching open through the spine so those bones have room to move into the twist. Hips, ribs, shoulder, everything rotating along with your neck and head to look up. And then exhaling, hand coming back down. Stretch it out and straighten. Pivot a little deeper, see if you can bring your head a little closer toward the floor, keeping your back still straight. So don't just tuck in your chin and reach your forehead down, but reach your chest and chin down. And then hands to your ankles or shins and pivot up. And step back into mountain pose. Take a moment, lots of circulation. Just notice how that's working in your body today. And then reach up, exhale over, and transition to the floor into child's pose. So just sink back, hips on your heels as far as they'll go. Pat if you need to, hands next to you, and forehead toward the floor. Knees together, that's a little more in your lower back. If that's too much or you need to breathe more easily, separate your knees. And just give yourself a good stretch and then just relax. And then chin in as you sit up on your heels. And let's bring the legs out in front into staff position. So let me move out of the sun spot. Press your feet away. Sitting bones are connected, so kind of move them back a little bit behind you and crown up toward the ceiling. So remember, ribs in and up, core activated. And we're going to separate the feet about hip width apart. Bend your knees, bring your feet on the floor with your knees straight up. So again, a little roll in at the top of the thighs to make sure those knees aren't spreading apart. But you don't want them right too close together either. You want them just in line, hips, knees, ankles, feet, and shoulders. And we're going to work the core. So ribs in and up, get that core activated. Hands, palms up outside your legs just to keep your shoulders straight. And lean back just a little bit, staying on your sitting bones. So you're not rolling all the way onto your sacrum, but you're staying on those bones underneath you in the pelvis. So it's just a little pelvic tilt there. So you can feel the core getting a little bit more activated just doing that. If that's enough, just stay there. Otherwise, we're going to bring one foot up a little, or parallel with your shin to the floor, foot out, or bring your legs straight, kind of thighs parallel with each other, and spread your toes on that extended leg. So if you feel like that hip joint is doing too much work, you can lower the leg toward the floor a little bit more rather than all the way up. And keep those shoulders and shoulder blades down. So feel the core a little bit more active, and then foot back down. You can sit up and release a little bit, or you can stay there and work your core a little bit more, your choice. So of course we're going to balance the body because that's what we do in yoga, we balance always. So we're going to do the other foot. Again, a little rotate inward, making sure those knees are straight up, ankles, knees, hips, shoulder, everything lined up, palms up, core active, ribs in and up toward your heart. Lean a little bit back into that starting position. Feel the core working. Let it support your leg as you bring it up a little or more or straight. Your choice, always personal practice, do what's right for your body. If it's way down, that's okay. It's just wherever you are. So thighs parallel, if that's where you want to go, and reach the head out as well. So feel the core, feel it heating up a little bit. Yeah. And then slowly bring that foot down. And again, stay and work your abs or sit up and release, especially through that hip joint, your choice. And if you feel ambitious, we're going to do both feet together. Otherwise, you can just go into that starting position and stay there. So make sure you're aligned, hands, palms up, core active and leaning slightly back. Staying on your sitting bones, not rolling all the way onto your back, and feet coming up. So do it a little, do it more. Straighten those knees, spread your toes. Make sure that you're at the position that's good for you. If you're vibrating all over the place, go back down or even bring the feet back to the floor, your choice. You can also hold your toes and straighten your knees. That takes a little bit out of that hip joint and makes it a little bit easier if you can reach that, or you can hold your legs. And again, just stretch it out. And then when you're ready, bring the feet down, slide them forward, and relax. And it's time for a little twist and a relaxation. So let's go ahead and keep that core active as you roll slowly all the way to the floor. And take a moment, reclined integration, putting your sacrum down and your arms out, T position, palms up or down, your choice. If you put your palms down, the shoulders stay on the floor a little bit more connected. So your choice. Press the sitting bones slightly toward your heels, and then bend your knees, bringing your heels in right next to your sitting bones. Get a good connection through that lower back and bring your feet up off the floor, knees right above your hips. We're going to just roll the knees over to one side and turn looking over toward the opposite arm. So the further the knees go to the floor, your lower back goes into twists. If you need to keep the feet on the floor or pad under those knees, that's okay. The more you turn your head and look toward your arm, that's neck and shoulder. Don't go too far if you've got neck or shoulder issues. And of course, the more you keep the shoulders down, your middle back is in the twist. So go ahead and make sure those shoulders stay as connected as possible. Palms down will help that. And again, a few breaths there. Just maximize or minimize your body, your choice. Exhaling tension, just relaxing. And then we're going to bring the heels up toward your hips, roll onto your back. And again, knees above your hips as we get ready for the other side. You can bring the feet to the floor if you need to reposition. And then again, hands palms up or down as you roll the knees to the opposite side while your head turns toward that other arm behind you. And again, maximize for your lower back, middle back, and upper neck and shoulder as much or as little as your body needs on this side. Take a breath, just relax. Let the spine release all its tension. And allow any twist adjustments to happen so that your body aligns and balances. And again, when you're ready to release, heels toward your hips, roll onto your back, bring the feet down, and slide them away. Arms near your sides, palms up into corpse position for our final relaxation. Deep breath. Just let your body sink. So feel your body. Just scan through it. See if there's any point that's tense or tight. We did some abs work. Just soften your belly. Relax your legs, your lower body, shoulders, arms, and hands. Breaths, just allowing your jaw to release, your face to relax, scalp and skin, everything just softening. Allow your body to grow heavy, deepen into that earthbound connection, and just feel Mother Earth's support beneath you. Letting everything release into that earth embrace. As your body relaxes, just allow your awareness of your body to release. No need to pay attention to anything going on anywhere in your body. As those thoughts release from your awareness, know that other thoughts will come to you. It's the job of your mind to keep producing thoughts. It's your choice whether you pay attention. At this moment, there's no need to remember the past, no need to anticipate the future. Just let the thoughts drift away, unnoticed, unneeded, floating away like your breath. And as your body relaxes and your mind begins to drift more easily, just allow your awareness to release both your body and your mind. Allow your awareness to turn inward. Find that point of peace deep within. Let that peace fill your body, growing in your awareness, filling your mind with peace. And just take a few moments to be peace. And of course, if you can keep relaxing even longer, feel free to stay relaxed as long as it feels good for you today. If it's time for you to get ready for the rest of your day, just begin drawing energy and awareness back the breath to your body. Feeling your body, feeling your mind, getting ready to move. Move your fingers, move your toes. Give yourself a good stretch as you begin breathing more deeply. However feels right for you today. And when you're finally ready for your yoga hug of appreciation, slide your sitting bones toward your heels, bending your knees. Draw those heels near your hips, and then pull your knees up toward your heart. Wrap your arms around however feels right for your body. Give yourself a good appreciative hug. Let your body know you appreciate its yoga work today and every day, as well as the work your body does for you all the time. And when you're ready to release, feet to the floor or rolling to the side and sitting back up, getting ready for whatever's ahead. Thanks for joining me.